If by the end of this video you do not want to visit Provence, then we have failed you big times because Provence has been our backyard for years. We get asked all the time where to go, so we've put together our top 10 places that you 100% can't miss, so let's get right into it. Kicking off this list are the Ochre trails of Roussillon, which has earned this area the nickname of the Colorado Provençal. There is nowhere else even remotely close to these colorful forests in all of France, as the hills here provide over 17 different shades of ochre. The main draw here is a short walking circuit that allows you to get into the heart of this multicolored landscape that departs from the village of Roussillon. The village itself is a reflection of all the colors that have been mined here over the years, and it is by far the most colorful village in Provence, which has helped it gain a place on the list of les plus beaux villages de France. If you want to see more colorful trails like this, then you gotta go check out Les Ochres de Montmirail, which is just a short drive away. There is also a swimming lake there. You guys can find all the details for this in the description below. Just west of Marseille and south of Arles, you will find La Camargue, a region of Provence famous for its cowboy culture, wild white horses, and 50,000 flamingos. It goes against conventional knowledge that pink flamingos could thrive in the south of France, yet here we are with a huge colony that calls La Camargue home 365 days of the year. Long strips of beach have formed lagoons that are the perfect habitat for these birds, making this one of the wildest areas in France. Most people imagine village tours with wine and cheese, but a chance to see pink flamingos in the wild in Europe is definitely well worth checking out this part of the region. And I'm not just talking about seeing one or two fleeting in the distance, I guarantee you will see hundreds of them. At number 8 is the Mont Ventoux and les Dentelles de Montmirail. Nicknamed the Giant of Provence, le Mont Ventoux stands alone at 1,910 meters tall. It's one of the most notorious stages of the Tour de France, and if you look closely, you might just find some of that Lance Armstrong evidence roadside. At the base of the Ventoux are les Dentelles de Montmirail, which is highlighted by an easy hiking trail that's going to give you a full panoramic view of the Côte du Rhône wine region from Châteauneuf all the way to Gigondas at the base of the mountain. This is one of many examples why Provence is beautiful year-round, because in some areas, like on the south side of les Dentelles, you will find forests that do not lose their leaves in winter. For example, what you see here looks more or less the same in January as it does in July. And number 7 is the largest canyon in France, les Gorges du Verdon. Just look at this place. I'm telling you that by the end of this video, you will see that Provence literally has it all. With a depth of 700 meters, this canyon is dramatic not just because of its sheer drop cliffs, but also because it's not very wide. It is popular for all kinds of outdoor activities, especially hiking and kayaking, and even if you could care less for these activities or have physical limitations, you're in luck because the Route de Belvedere, which follows the canyon on both sides, is a drive like no other in the region. With dozens of viewpoints scattered all along the edge, you can get as close as you dare to get some of the most gnarly views of this canyon. If you time your visit right, at roughly 10:30 a.m. and just before sunset, there are hundreds of vultures that call these cliffs home, and they will fly by at eye level only a few meters away. And if all of this isn't enough, the canyon finishes in a turquoise lake, and its neighboring village of Moustiers-Saint-Marie is, in our opinion, one of the most beautiful villages in Provence. We made a full video ranking the top 10 villages you can check out after this. At 6 is the second largest city in France, Marseille, and the Parc National des Calanques. Home of the largest port in France, the entire city revolves around its presence on the Mediterranean. The old port of Marseille is over 2,600 years old and is just one of a staggering list of historical places to explore. There are over 30 cathedrals in France with Notre Dame in their name, but the one that is perched high above the old port, Notre Dame de la Garde, is easily one of the most beautiful. Attached to the city is the Calanques National Park, which is definitely a place you do not want to miss in Provence. This park is a massive 520 square kilometers and has two distinct sides. The Marseille side, which has the largest cliffs that drop nearly 500 meters into the sea, and then on the eastern side, starting in the village of Cassis, you will find the Calanques d'Envaux, which is much easier to hike and has arguably the most jaw-dropping setting. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, anywhere in the entire Mediterranean Sea. I mean, just look at this fjord. Alright guys, if you are still here, clearly you like our video or have nothing better to do. In either case, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so we can finally afford that cult compound we've always been dreaming of. Getting into the top 5 is the city of Avignon. This city is the perfect middler, just like Larry David at a dinner party, situated in the heart of the most stereotypical part of Provence. Close to legendary places like Les Baux de Provence, Le Pont du Gard, the Roman amphitheater of Orange, and the number 1 on this list, Avignon is a fantastic centralized location to explore the region. This city is the only city in the world where popes ever lived outside of the Vatican, and the Palais des Papes is still the crown jewel of town. Most people don't cross the Rhone River to see it from the far side, but you won't make that mistake because this is the best spot for sunset to get the best views of the infamous half-bridge Le Pont d'Avignon and its fortified cityscape. At 4, we are going large with the French Riviera. Starting in Cassis and extending to Menton on the border of Italy, this is the richest coast on the Mediterranean Sea. In Antibes, you will find the Bay of Billionaires that is highlighted by a fleet of the largest mega yachts in the world, sailing races, and ridiculously priced high-end shopping in Saint-Tropez, down to La Croisette in Cannes that is lined with palm trees and home to the most prestigious film festival in the world. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Most people will miss seeing the wild side of this region, so if you want to check that out, you gotta go to the Massif de l'Esterel or go see the islands of Porquerolles and Porquerolles, but regardless what you're into, you will find something here that you love. At number 3 is something you can do everywhere in Provence, and that is go check out the local markets. Some cities have daily markets, and all villages have weekly or bi-weekly ones where you will get to taste the best the region has to offer. Sure, there are countless restaurants in France, but there is no better way to experience the best of French cuisine than coming to one of these markets and buying way more than you originally planned for. My 2 favorites are in Nice and in Montmirail, but a quick Google search will find one nearest to you. My only word of caution is to walk the entire market before buying anything. Check out all the prices because some of these vendors are like vultures, yet some have ridiculous deals. At number 2, we have the Lavender Fields of Valensole. We've done our best to show you some of the more non-stereotypical places in Provence, but you cannot have a top 10 list without including these purple meadows. You only have a 3 to 4 week window to see them in full bloom from the end of June to early July depending on the year, so you really need to plan your vacation well if you want to see them for yourself. They're absolutely stunning during the day, but for these iconic lavender fairy tale moments, you need to make sure you come here at sunset. Second only to Bulgaria in lavender production, if you can time it correctly, you 100% don't want to miss an opportunity to see these fields. And at number 1, there is no other place to truly experience Provence than in the Luberon, which is home to some of the most beautiful villages in the entire country. Scattered in between the vineyards and olive trees are villages like Roussillon, Montmirail, home of the legendary Friday market, the ghost town of Opel-les-Vieux, Ménherbe and Ensuy with their panoramic views, and the crowd favorite of Gorge. This village was acclaimed the most beautiful village in the world of 2023, and when you see it from above, it's pretty easy to see why. Our favorite village is the village of La Coste, which is in pristine condition, and the last place where you would imagine to find the Savannah College of Art and Design, but here it is, and it's thanks to them that this village has been buffed up to its former glory. The nail in the coffin that solidifies the Luberon as the ultimate area in Provence is that these villages are very close to one another, and village hopping from town to town is by far the best way you can soak up as much of Provence as possible. Like I said, Provence has a little bit of everything, and hopefully by now you can see that this is the frontrunner for the best region in France. By all means, ask us anything and everything in the comments below. I promise we will get back to you ASAP. We hope you enjoyed this video, and always remember, adventures don't happen at home.